This week, we call in a favor for a very special birthday wish. We discuss the most controversial Survivor Series moments of all time, and our gimmick of the week is the booty ban. Yes, that's a real character. No, we're not proud of it. This is Squared Circle Spotlight.
I'm the architect building every segment clean. Got a plan for the pod, I'm the mind of the team. Keep the chaos in check when the mics go live. I'm the one making sure this madness survives. We break kayfabe, hit deep cuts of truth. Welcome to the ring, yeah, we bring that proof. Cowabunga kid, bro, I'm high on the vibes. Dropping random facts that don't even jive. That you know Macho Man played baseball once. Forget the topic, yo, that's part of the stunt. Singing so bad they circle the block, but the crowd still pops when I start to talk. It's Kathy, baby, got that punk rock soul. I'm cool with the stars, but I still play ball. Voice of reason in the circus of sound. I keep these fools feet on the ground. From backstage gossip to headline hits, I'm the friend to the famous with zero nonsense. Master of munch, call me Charlie the Brain. Historian of pain in the squared circle game. Got hot takes burning like a steel chair shot. Dropping knowledge so deep you'll need a title shot. From old school vibes to new gen flair. If it's got a logo, I'll be rocking the wear. With a crew in the booth, dropping elbow true. From legends to memes, we bring the proof. Mic check 1, 2, let the crowd all sing. Welcome to the pod, step into the ring.
We're going to start out this week. We had a poll last week. We built our Ultimate Survivor Series teams, and we put it on Instagram, TikTok for you guys to vote on. And it was a landslide. I think there was some coercion in the voting, but
100%.
our winner was
I was winning.
Kathy.
No, so hold on. I was winning
You are.
before Jeremy also had some coercions going on here. So
Right.
I'm going to go based off of that number instead of... That's what I was like, oh, he posted it and all these people conveniently are friends with him on all social medias. It's time to play dirty. Let's do it. I'm in. Let's go.
Gloves came
Yeah.
off.
Gloves are off.
Me and Charlie need
Hey,
to
we
step
gotta
up
get recognized more.
our
I'm
cheating
at a
game on this because
disadvantage.
I think I got like 7% and Charlie got a goose egg.
None.
How was TikTok?
So-
I don't have TikTok, so I don't know how we do on there.
TikTok. So TikTok's tricky with polls. So we're going purely off Instagram.
Oh, okay.
TikTok, you got to step your game up. It only allows 2 options on a poll. So we kind of left it to comments. But yeah, Jeremy chimed in there if you want to add that to Jeremy's, but I think it still doesn't matter. So Kathy, congratulations. Any parting words on your victory?
I mean, I knew from day one that this is how this was going to end. So I just had to pull in the general vote. So
I will say, when I was putting together that reel and that poll, it was pretty evident as I'm putting the pictures together, you had the coolest team.
sure
I
did.
went for
Yeah.
cool. Mine was not nearly as cool. So it was pretty clear.
Mine was a
So-
clusterfuck.
Not more than Jeremy's.
Charlie was, yeah.
You win
Yeah.
the
Jeremy's
clusterfuck
was a little
category,
lower,
that's for sure.
Jeremy's started making sense to me. If you took Mr. Perfect out, all the other guys either pretend psychopath or actual human psychopath, so that worked. But Mr.
You're giving him
Perfect
a
was
lot
the
of
odd
credit.
man
I
out
don't
there.
think that was the mentality. I think there was just a
Oh,
gamble.
no, not at all.
And,
But
It
it happened.
was the mentality, honestly, and
You
I went
pulled it
with
together.
the fact that Mr. Perfect was a narcissist, so throw that in the mix.
That was an afterthought. That was not
All
not a measure.
Yeah.
No, 100%. That was the actual thought process I went with.
You put the team together and then put a story together.
Yep.
No, my God, I went story beforehand. God, give
I
me
believe
some
you,
credit.
Charlie.
All
will
right,
ya?
all right, all right. At least we didn't blame it on
I'll let you
ChatGPT.
have it.
We'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think I
All
have
right.
no way out, no matter what.
That's also true.
Jeremy, I am going to hand it over to you because Jeremy's got a little bit of a surprise for us this week. So, Jeremy, take us away.
So this past week was Kathy's birthday. So we got a little something special for you to, wish you a happy birthday. You got that queued up, Joe?
Yeah, I got it here.
Oh shit!
So we had to call in a favor here. So give me 1 second to pull this up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, the king of the cool, the prince of the pardon, the one, the only, Slam Master J. And today, oh yeah, we ain't talking suplexes, we ain't talking drop kicks, we talking birthday smackdown for the one, the only, the legendary host herself, Kathy. Kathy, let me tell y'all something. Word on the street is you shutting it down on your big day. So I had to slide through, drop the shades, tilt the hat, and give you a little some of that official Slam Master J approval. Because today is all about you. No stress, no nonsense, just vibes and good times. And probably a cupcake or two. So Kathy, keep doing your thing, keep holding down the show like the champ you are. And remember, when the party starts, when the music hits, when the candles get lit, ain't nobody in the world slamming it down harder than you, girl. Happy birthday, Kathy. Stay fly, stay fresh, keep it slamming like the one you can. Slam Master J out.
Bravo.
You
Oh
were
my
way too
God.
comfortable doing that.
Yes.
Oh my God! I want to say that I've never had a happy birthday like that before, but I'm sure you've said that to me 20 years ago.
Oh,
Oh
you've
my
experienced
God!
that exact same greeting.
Jeremy,
Yo,
Feels
yo,
good.
yo, yo, yo.
if this podcasting thing doesn't work out, let me know. We'll work on your rap career because that was phenomenal.
Oh jeez. Do
Yeah.
cameos. You're gonna start charging for cameos. Oh. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Kathy,
That was
Jeremy will
amazing.
send that to you so you
Thanks,
have
Slam
a
Master
copy
J.
for yourself.
Yeah, I need
You can
my own
watch
personal
whenever you want.
copy of that one. Oh,
That one was for
God.
the fans.
PDF
Oh,
in the
God.
cloud so it never disappears.
I literally have tears in my eyes. I don't know if it
Yep.
was out of humor or embarrassment. I don't know what it was, but
Well, yeah,
I've got tears in my eyes.
a little bit of A,
I'm
a
so
little bit of
glad I
B.
did that beforehand because I could not do it again.
No, yeah.
How many
yeah.
takes
That
did
was
that
perfect.
take? I'm very curious. Was that just
That
the
was-
one and done?
That was a one take, one and
Yeah.
done. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's
I
like
could
riding
tell.
a
I could tell.
bicycle. He could slip right back in.
Oh, my
All in
God.
all, with everything, setting it up, getting it all together, probably about 10 minutes in total.
That's good. One take Jake
Good.
over here.
One take. Oh my
All right,
God.
let's get back together here. We're gonna talk some merch. Let's get back to our merch table. Hope you guys are still sticking around after that.
Yeah.
So let's do this week's merch
welcome,
table.
everybody.
I've got some merch. Actually, let me go back 1 second. If you guys want that video, email us. We'll send it to you personally, or Jeremy will do a personal cameo for you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
$5,
let's start
he's got you.
doing some personal cameos here.
You pick the character. Character prices vary.
It's all you.
Jeremy's gonna get like 50 requests from that one dude that
Oh,
follows up.
Let me pull out my moolah.
We got to make a separate account for Slam Master J at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into some merch. I don't know how I even follow that up, but I got some new ones for this week. A certain website who shall not be named had some good deals for Thanksgiving, so I picked up a couple things, and I'm gonna start with one that I did unbox because this guy did some hard time. He's already been in the box, so he needed to be free. I got a little prison dom. So this one was too
Nice.
cool to keep packaged up.
Nice.
You've got the official flannel, feels like real flannel. He's got sunglasses, the bandana, So this was after his, if you remember, his 24 hours in prison. He came out
Yeah.
like this, and then, yeah. Oh, no,
Looks
it's
like he belongs
bandana.
in the Los
But
Locos from Short Circus.
all right, and then after Dom, I was able to get this bad boy as well. So we talked about this guy a few weeks ago. He's not made of sand, Jeremy. This is plastic, but very cool
I'm
detail.
now aware.
So
Thank you
might be
for
able
your
to see me.
tutelage, guys.
He's got barbed
And-
wire on him. That wouldn't work if he was made of sand. And a cool touch.
He'd
Comes
go
with
right
a
through it.
six-pack, so I think there's two more.
And the 6-pack, yeah, they do fit in his hand, and
Yes.
underneath the ECW shirt is a wife beater.
Ah, that's a touch I didn't know. So,
Looks like
Very
it's
cool.
probably a singlet, but
yeah, I might open this one just so I could put the beer in his hand. I just want to pose him. But I'm going the way of Charlie here. Charlie's got the right idea. It's too
Yeah.
cool to not pose him. We got Dom here
Absolutely.
posing. I got to pose Sandman. Yeah, I
Let
don't
him-
think many people
let him
are looking
breathe.
for a Sandman anyway. If
He
I
might
keep him in the
crumble
box.
into dust.
So,
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's opening your toys.
yes,
Get a double.
he may just fall apart in my hand if I take it.
Yeah, that's
take it
very
out.
true. You might
It's made of
probably
sand.
shouldn't open that one because, you know,
You never know. I could be right.
I don't think that's ever
no,
going to
you
be the
can't be
answer.
right.
How dare you, sir?
All right. So that was a quick one. That was this week's merch table. Shout out to a certain website. Great deals. Check them out. Good stuff. All right. So we're going to deep dive. This is a good one. We are going to do our top 5 most controversial Survivor Series moments. So I didn't realize until I started looking up stuff for Survivor Series. There's a lot of things that have happened at Survivor Series. Yet Undertaker's debut was probably the biggest one. We obviously had a couple things that are on this list. So a lot of things happened at Survivor Series. Probably my least favorite of the big 4. But a lot of important things happened. And we're going to touch on some of the controversial ones. So we'll jump right into it. And we're going to start with our number 5, which is back to 2001 with the botched invasion, winner takes all angle. They had 5-on-5 for basically control of WWE. So this was after WCW got purchased by Vince McMahon. And then they kind of had this 5-on-5 to take control. And it was not good. Not because the match itself was fine. But we had, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you Team WWE, and I'll let you guys guess Team WCW. See if you remember this. So Team WWE was The Rock, Chris Jericho.
Jeremy, stop reading it.
I'm not reading anything. I'm just
Hands
looking
up.
down, dude.
Every time.
Hands up.
Yeah. Eyes forward.
We had The Rock, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, Kane, and Big Show was Team WWE. Pretty solid team, but there's some names missing that I would think would be there. Now, I'm going to let you guys guess. What was Team WCW, if you remember?
Stone Cold, Kurt
That's right.
Angle.
Yep.
Leave it to Charlie.
RVD, Booker T,
Yep.
and Shane McMahon.
There you go. That's
Yep.
good. That's really good.
Really good.
You got them all. Yes.
Right.
And what would be the biggest problem with this being Team WCW?
You associate like one of those guys with WCW.
Correct. So they kind of mashed together Team WCW and ECW, which was also taken over by WWE. So it was like Shane took WCW, Stephanie took ECW, and Vince had WWE. But they mashed these two together because, does anybody remember why none of the big WCW names weren't there?
That I do know.
Well, because their contracts
Yep,
were
they
Yeah,
were
their
all at home
contracts
because of
were
their
not good.
they got
contracts.
paid to sit at home.
Yes. So they had
Mid-card
these big
Survivor
Turner.
Series.
It was watered
was
down
terrible.
and it felt rushed.
And then
Yes.
you add a McMahon to enough McMahons. Like they could have. I had a brief glimmer of hope when they
They have to insert themselves
ECW
somewhere.
guys. Yeah, when Paul Heyman goes, remember this moment, and ECW, the guys that were on, they turn on them. I know I'm doing a shitty job of explaining this, but I had a brief glimmer of hope there. But then when it turns out Stephanie owns ECW, not Paul Heyman, and they formed the Alliance.
Yep.
The only good thing about this Survivor Series match, Joe, is that it ended the stupid invasion storyline. The biggest whiffer swing and a miss in history. I mean,
It really was.
how many
Yeah.
times have you, right? You fantasy book WCW versus WWF or E, and this is what we come up with.
The biggest
WCW,
rivalry of
what-
our sports history finally comes head to head, and this is what we got. Like, this is just
Yeah.
wild.
When I think WCW, I think Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, Shane McMahon. I mean, those are like
Yeah.
my top guys. Oh wait, no, I don't, because they have nothing to do
Nothing.
with that company.
Didn't
I mean,
Stone
yeah,
Cold
like,
start out in
Austin had a cup
WCW
of
technically
coffee.
with hair?
He did.
So that's the
Yeah, I
only
mean, he was in
connection I got.
WCW,
Yeah.
and then WCW.
He was stunning
He
Steve
had a
Austin.
Yeah, he had a slight run there, but he was a mid-carder there.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers him for that, though.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I mean, you had a couple guys in like ECW you could have maybe used because Taz was already there. Dudley Boys were there. Why they didn't get used in this, I don't know. And then I think you even had like DDP was in WWE at the time. Yeah, because he had that
Yeah.
Yeah.
angle with
Yeah.
stalking the Undertaker's
Pre-Yoga.
wife. So he was there. You had guys you could play with. But yeah, this was terrible. So
Horrible.
that is our number 5 most controversial, and that's light. We get a little heavier
That's
here.
light,
Let's
yeah.
get into
And then
number.
they- Wait, can we just talk for one quick second how the match
Yeah.
ends? Kurt
Oh
Angle.
yeah. Go.
Kurt Angle does the swerve to WCW or whatever, and then he turns back. He hits Stone Cold with the belt. It was a double agent. It was for Team WWF all along. Did anyone ever question that Vince was going to let WWE lose a match?
Yeah, seriously.
No.
Exactly.
Especially that
And then
one.
I think that Monday, Ric Flair showed up, and then that's when they did the brand split with SmackDown and Raw, and
yeah.
Ric Flair ran one. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think even Jericho turned on The Rock in that
Yes.
match too, if I remember. So it was a mess all over. One of the biggest moments you could have done in wrestling history.
Yeah.
Completely
Yeah.
botched. And this was at Survivor Series.
Big flop.
Yeah.
So now I'll jump into our number 4. We're going to go way into the future. We're going to jump to 2016. We had Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in an 86-second match.
Yeah.
That Goldberg won.
The
I
most
have a lot
entertaining
of
part out of
problems
that
with this.
entire match was Paul Heyman losing his mind for all of those seconds.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was.
this discussion we just
So
had
this is a
about that
typical-
match is longer than the match itself.
Yeah, you're right.
So, wait, you don't like it, Jeremy?
I don't want to see a squash match and it's Goldberg. No, I don't think he's a good wrestler. I don't think that they should have made him look that OP against Brock Lesnar, who's also one of yours when you're bringing him on and trying to bring it in heavy and trying to get a huge pop like he's this big. But no, I just never liked Goldberg that much.
I kind of
agree. I don't-
understood it because that was his first time back in like a decade. So like there had to be this big thing, but didn't need to be that short. I mean, the crowd seemed like if you go back and watch, like the crowd was
The
losing
crowd
it.
popped huge.
But that was it. Like,
The crowd
other than
popped
that,
huge.
I'm sure once they thought about it afterwards, they're like, oh, that was dumb. But like in the moment, they did their job with that. But other than that, it was a big squash.
I'm gonna give it some love. You look at the last time these two guys wrestled each other, WrestleMania 20, right behind me, and it was the biggest cluster, fuck that you can imagine. They established Brock Lesnar as this dominant heel. This was the first time since 2012 he lost clean, and they bring Goldberg back, and no one was expecting that. Nobody.
Yeah.
So I will give them. Yeah, they did something, and here's what I do remember: the people that still were watching wrestling, like wrestling, everybody was talking about it. Everyone had an opinion on it. That was, I think, the only way you bring Goldberg back. You can't put him in a 20-minute match. He was
Neither
50
one
something
of
years
them.
old. He's gonna
Yeah.
blow up. Lesnar could work
Then, yeah,
especially
At
this
that point, yeah, at that point he was.
Yeah. But it revived the Goldberg character because he left under very auspicious circumstances. Kathy said the crowd did. If you go back, they popped huge.
Yeah.
And I liked it because it set up the trilogy for Mania, the No Holds Bar, where Lesnar got the win back.
Yeah,
but then they do John
you
Cena
bring up a
dirty
good
by
point. It was
squashing
better
him
than
not
their
too long ago.
Yeah, it was better than their Mania match, I guess,
Yeah.
because there's actually something to it this time. But you destroyed Brock, beat Undertaker's streak, obliterated John Cena, like Jeremy just said.
Yeah.
And then you have him lose in 86 seconds to Bill Goldberg. I hate Goldberg. I've never liked
So do I.
him. Yeah.
So do I. But
is-
I'm saying if you have to bring him back, right? Because there is a section of fans, a segment of fans that do like him.
Yeah.
How do you bring him back and you make a statement? Like I said, Lesnar didn't lose clean in the middle of the ring since 2012. So this is what, 4 years? And so you bring him back. It shocked everybody. So you make very loud, like sighing noises.
He's very uncomfortable with your answer.
A little bit.
So who else would like to talk?
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, controversial.
I
But
think
not
they did the
controversial,
job
yeah.
business-wise, but I just didn't enjoy.
Everybody was
match,
talking
I
about it
just-
afterwards, so yeah, they did do the job business-wise, but just looking for it in longevity of everything, I don't think it's ugly on there.
I think we're looking at as people that don't like Bill Goldberg. I'm saying if you
Which
Well,
is
I don't
fine.
like either of
Goldberg,
them, so I
You know-
can't really talk about this at all because I hate them both. So
if you sign Goldberg, though, it's going to be to limit dates for a massive amount of money. So you got to make an impact with them. You got to make a statement. And this got eyes on the product. So, I mean, I wouldn't have brought him back myself, but I liked the way they did it. I thought if there was a way to do it, this was the way to go.
And isn't
Right.
he
Well,
known
that was
for
number
like only
4.
coming back if he's like it's something like this? Like that's another like I don't think they really had a choice.
That's something in
in
his favor.
Yeah.
That
Well, he did
a
have that
petulant
match
child.
with Dolph Ziggler too. So,
Mm.
Yeah,
So-
that weird match that
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
but you're right. Yeah, he just comes back for the big matches, and he's retired now, supposedly. So
I'm
maybe we
walking
won't
out
see
on
that anymore.
autograph signings, apparently.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was this past weekend. So
Old Billy Boy.
What a nice
we'll get an
guy.
interview with Bret Hart one day and see what he says about it.
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg.
We're going to jump around in time here to our number 3 most controversial moment. We're going in our way, way back machine to 1993 and the Jerry Lawler incident at Survivor Series. So if you remember, a lot of people might be younger listening to this, so you might not remember it. It's even a little hazy for me, but I do remember this match. So Jerry Lawler and Bret Hart had a whole feud going on. Bret Hart had just won King of the Ring. Jerry Lawler was claiming he was the true king. So there's this building feud between the two of them, which led to a Survivor Series match where it was the Hart family versus Jerry Lawler and his Knights.
Oh, yeah.
So the week of that match, Jerry Lawler got caught up in some pretty serious charges
In Jerry
involving
Lawler
an underage
fashion?
girl. Yeah, we'll talk about that, but got caught up in some charges with an underage girl and was pulled from the match. So in WWE logic, who do we stick in there to lead a team of Knights? Shawn Michaels. So we had Shawn Michaels and the Knights versus Bret Hart and the Hart family. I don't even remember all the Hart family names. But there you go.
Yeah,
So Charlie,
Bruce.
you look like you got something. Good.
No, I'm just, I don't remember like the build up so much because we're going back years ago. But I do remember
You were like 6, 7,
having
almost
the
5.
VH. Yes, I remember having the VHS and it always sticking out to me like, why was Shawn Michaels in the main event? And then you look at this, you're talking King of the Ring, right, which is in June, and then they build that storyline for 6, 7 months, and then 13 days out they got to do a complete rehaul because Jerry Lawler's a degenerate. I know the case got dropped.
In Vince
The
McMahon
girl under
fashion.
oath recanted her statement. The prosecutor did not.
She didn't, actually. I did a little more research because I remember hearing about this again. It came up for some reason not that long ago, but she didn't recant. She didn't want to testify. So it's another one of those cases where like it didn't actually get resolved. It didn't go in anybody's favor. It just kind of disappeared. It's wild. I went down the rabbit hole on this one the other day.
I didn't know that part.
Gross.
In that part,
She got
that
a
part
phone
says to me
call.
payoff.
Make you a deal you can't refuse.
You know it's terrible though. Think about this. 13 days out, you ruin the main event to one of the big 4 pay-per-views, right? And they just bring them back a couple months later when it's all resolved, whatever.
Yeah.
Act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Enzo Amore.
Thank you.
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm so glad you said that.
Agreed.
Right? He gets charged with claims that get proven to be false, completely false, or the girl's a psycho.
Yeah.
And he never gets another chance. They
he was
blacklist
out of
him.
wrestling
the
for
logic gets
years.
in that. Yeah, is the king? Does he really move that many tickets?
Think about it this way. I had to think about this too because that's exactly that was my mentality right away. It was during the steroid debacle too, so like this was peak. Just bury everything. Like nothing mattered. Everybody showed up to work as soon as they were legally cleared or whatever stipulation they figured out. Because he ended up getting, which was not one of the original charges, he ended up with a harassment charge because I guess he called the house or something. I don't know what exactly the premise of the harassment charge was, but it was nothing sexual that he ended up getting charged with. It was just like a misdemeanor harassment. So it was a plea deal that he took. And they're like, oh, well, plea deals are normal just so you don't have to pay the finances of like a court case or whatever. And I was like, no, they made it disappear. Like whatever happened, what really got him is he claimed that they were never in the hotel room. And then later on, he was like, oh no, they came in, but they only came in to use my phone. And they're like, well, you just screwed yourself because you said that they never were even in your room. And so I don't know. The original charges were sexual assault and sodomy. Like these were legit charges. Yeah. This was not a joke.
On a young girl.
That's 13, when I saw the age 13 and 14-year-old girls. That's my kid. I have a kid that age. That's disgusting. Weird. And that's what I was just doing while we were sitting here. Like he was 44 years old when this happened. Wow. Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
And then when you look at the king character, the over hypersexualized puppies, I think there's a little like real life in that. Yeah. I think he genuinely is a pervert.
Definitely.
Why do you think he was so much such close friends with Vince? I bet you they traded war stories.
For sure.
Yeah, but the Enzo Amore thing, right? Where you see how it's not balanced. Well,
yeah,
I think time,
exactly.
Social media, everything just kept. Because look, Jimmy Snuka, he freaking killed a girl.
Yeah,
and he was on TV the next week.
Exactly.
Fast forward 20 years, Jerry Lawler does sodomy with a teenager.
Yeah,
he bring him back.
Yeah, he's
fast
fine.
forward another 20 years, Enzo. Yeah. Yeah,
according to the courts, he's cleared, so that's all that matters. We don't care about public opinion, but that's I think what bred a lot of the shit we talk about. Like, they got away with it because back then you kind of could, because it was all just like in a courtroom. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't public. It wasn't social media. It wasn't on the news, unless they wanted it to be.
The
So
outreach
they
of the
were
news
able
was
to go
totally
through these
different.
things. Yeah, and they got away with it with money and lawyers or slaps on the wrist like they've did for however long, and now everything is way too public. And
Right.
it is the problem with everything in the world. Everything is way too public, but like it is definitely
Once it's out there,
telling
it's
of the
hard to make it
times.
go away. It's almost impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, well, this was Vince controlled the narrative.
Yep.
So you know,
And he had the money.
He wanted him
I-
back,
Yeah, I mean, you're
and that was
sure
it.
yeah,
You're
Yeah, the
nail
means
on
to
the
do
head.
so.
Because like this story, like I remember again as a kid seeing Shawn Michaels get swapped in, and like they said the story was Jerry the King Lawler was caught in a snowstorm. That's why he wasn't there. Which,
Yeah.
I don't know, no different. But honestly, I didn't know any of this story probably up until 10 years ago when I think Dark Side of the Ring covered it. So you're nail on the head.
Yeah.
Like without social media back then, this story was buried for
Buried.
right.
20, almost 30 years.
Mhm.
But yeah. So
But I'll give
Jerry
them
Lawler
the
still
little
walked
bit
free from it.
of that switch was a blessing in disguise, because it ended up building one of the biggest sibling rivalries of wrestling history with Owen and Bret Hart. So you know what,
Yeah.
it worked out in the wrestling world,
Yeah.
fortunately, or unfortunately. I don't really know where that ends up for Jerry Lawler, but it worked out in a storyline situation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I guess we
Yeah,
can go with
I will
that,
say
at
that
least.
making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yep.
They elevated HBK and they introduced Owen. With he started to show a little bit of that heel turn that he would eventually pull the trigger.
It's
at
the
Royal
only
Rumble.
nice thing that Bret Hart
And-
ever said about Shawn Michaels, is that he stepped up and he did a good job. And that's probably literally the only nice thing he will ever did say about that man.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Charlie put them together on a team. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's, I guess
That's a
that's the
throwback to
time
last
frame
week,
you were
folks.
thinking of. That's where you got that idea from, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that was our number 3 moment. Our number 2 involves somebody Jeremy just mentioned. So
Jeremy,
this
stop
one is Vince
drinking.
McMahon. This guy's thirsty.
Get my
That man
We're
supper.
gets
going with our
200 pounds. We
number-
just found this out yesterday. This man gets 200 pounds of protein powder shipped to him however often, and he's got to run
40
through it.
pounds of
That's why
each.
every episode he's got, jugs.
I got macros to maintain here. Thank you.
The shirt says hungry. He's living the gimmick.
He's hungry.
Yep.
Yep.
Feed him more.
Mhm.
Our number 2 is at Survivor Series 2005. Very famous segment. It's been scrubbed from Peacock, Netflix. I can't see it there anymore. You can see it on YouTube. It's still very much there. But Vince tried to have this erased. But it was Vince
So tone
McMahon
deaf.
dropping the N-bomb to John Cena
To John
backstage.
Cena. That's my question. Did John Cena
making-
know about it? Like, I know they claim that Booker T was told about it beforehand, which I'm sure was not true, but they just did the storyline. But like, I can't see John Cena being like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, you should do this, Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, at that time, I totally can.
No, I
I
guess
think
that's
John
true.
Cena.
But John Cena
Kiss
also
Vince
understood the
McMahon's ass.
crowd a little bit, or like the economy, or like where the culture was. I think he would have mentioned like it's probably a
The
bad
economy.
idea. Like just the general people and how it would the general people would react. Like
Yeah, I kind of lean that way too. It's a good point. Like, why?
What
I
was
mean,
the
this
point?
was still early in John Cena's career-ish.
No bad press.
I don't
All
know how
press
he-
is
yeah,
good
he was
press.
okay with it, but I mean-
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vince
that's
McMahon, again, was,
for shock value.
yeah, ruling with
Well,
an
it was
iron
definitely
fist. So
there.
there
Yeah.
wasn't much you were going to say to him anyway. But yeah, you're right. Booker T was in the scene as well and was And I think his line was, "Did he just say what I think he said?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was it. And we're just fine.
And I think it was like a
Vince
shot
struts
at
off.
Booker saying it to Hogan back in the day with WCW.
This is the second time this kind of story's popped up on our show. Yeah. But yeah, Vince struts away afterward, blatantly saying the word on TV, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Even this was what I said, 2005. I know times change a little bit, but it still was not
That
okay.
was not
then.
it. No.
I consulted with some of the boys, and we did not like this. There's a I don't know if there's a common thread that stands in with some of my favorite guys here, but we weren't cool with this.
Stevie Ray says
it. Yeah. Yeah, I understand Vince shock value. You could do a lot of other things than take a chance at upsetting a whole bunch of people. I don't understand the need for it.
Yeah.
And,
he's
just crazy.
Like I was saying, like
it's Vince
it's
fashion.
Even,
Look what I can
it's
do
Vince
that you
fashion,
can't do.
but that's exactly it. Like when the Hulk Hogan thing came out, he was like, but that was different because this was scripted and that was a natural comment that was made that, you know, like he wasn't aware he was being recorded or whatever. I was like, how do you? And then he gave Booker T shit when he said it, and his was a complete accident. And honestly, if anybody's gonna say it, it's him. That will come out naturally,
That's
coming out of Booker
why
T.
he did it.
And that was genuinely an accident because he literally went, oh shit. Like there was that was not on purpose. This was thought out, scripted, and said. And then I think that's worse than, maybe not worse than Hogan, but on par. There is no comparison.
It was all premeditated.
Premeditated, yeah. I mean, Hogan's just a racist. That's just not knowledge. But like this was a plan. This was on purpose.
Yeah, it's just total tone deafness.
Tone deaf, exactly. Again, it's the untouchable. Right. It's the 100%. Untouchable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you asked the question before. Do you think John Cena said anything to him, or do you think Booker T was cool with it? Here's what we don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know. Here's what we do know.
We'll never know.
No one made Vince say that but Vince.
Yeah.
He has the final say.
Exactly.
You know, his idea, at least he approved it.
I like it.
There's no getting out of that one, Vinny back.
And if you don't like it, you're fine.
And the fact that he thinks that Booker T and his wife agreeing to it made it any more okay is the even crazier part. That's not the scapegoat.
I got a black
guys.
friend.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
Yeah, I got a black friend.
Token black right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our number 2
Tolkien
most controversial Survivor Series moment, and that leaves us with number 1. This one should be an easy one because it's probably number 1 on everybody's list. One of the most memorable moments in all of wrestling history, the Montreal Screwjob. So I'm not sure what I can say here that you don't already know because this is well documented. But obviously,
discussed here already.
The one thing I will say is this was kind of, to me, and I think probably most people, this was the change from that. It did lead to that change from the New Generation era to the Attitude Era because we saw Mr. McMahon be born after this. So there was some good that came out of it, I guess, in a sense. But you screwed my boy Brett. Brett did not screw Brett. Vince screwed Brett.
All right,
I live by that.
Hang on. I think everyone, obviously, this story's been retold a gazillion. Jeremy, what do you know about the Montreal Screwjob? I'm not
Brett
joking.
wasn't re-signing with the WWE. He was going to WCW. Vince was afraid he was going to take the title away from him. Brett didn't want to lose it in Canada, in his home country. He wanted to lose it later on. So Vince didn't want to take that chance and had the ref pull it early, say he tapped out. So that way Shawn won the title over that with Brett's own move.
And what happened back afterwards?
Brett destroyed the locker room.
Just yeah,
Punch
he
Vince.
went nuts, right? And then he knocked Vince McMahon out.
Knocks him out,
But
yeah.
Jeremy, that was pretty spot on. I will say this: the one thing is they went to court over this before, because when Ric Flair went to WWE in the early '90s, he brought the world title with him. And they went to court over it. So, and again with the Laundra Blaze, when she went to WCW. So they couldn't.
Other Medusa.
That's Laundra Blaze.
Yeah,
I knew he was
They
reading.
couldn't.
I knew he was reading.
No, that one I knew.
100. There's no way you knew that.
Yes, I did.
There's no way you knew that.
Because I read
Yeah?
it way before the show.
Yeah, right now.
No,
Yeah.
way before the show.
I said Alondra
Eyes
Blaze,
up
and you go,
here,
yeah,
man.
there is
Eyes
another
up
one,
here.
Medusa.
I forgot her name was Melinda Blaze. Jesus.
But anyway, there was legal precedent that you couldn't bring the other belt on, so he couldn't do it. But I guess Vince was still whatever. They could say that, hey, we signed the WWE champion. I get it. Listen, these are my two favorite wrestlers of all time. It's hard, but I do think Brett's in the wrong here, because it's Vince's title. You'd actually, you know, you didn't win the title. You were awarded, you know, it was a storyline for you to win it.
Yes.
But the only defense I will say is Shawn Michaels flat out said, I will not do a job for this guy. I will not put you over. Now, I mean, knowing that, are you going to put this guy over?
I will say the
here's
reason
my
I don't
thing.
agree with you, my biggest reason I don't agree with you is in Bret Michaels' contract at the time, he had creative insight. So he said he was going to give it, he was going to hand it over. He already agreed to handing it over. And that's the only argument I think he has, is he had the say in how he was going to hand it over. And
Yeah.
that's the only thing I'm going to say. He's not in the wrong and for being pissed and taking it to that level, because he wasn't saying no, he wasn't fighting. He just said it was not here and it was not to him. I wanted to have a tie,
Right.
and then just leave it, and you guys can do whatever you want after it, but I want nothing to do with it. And they were impatient, and that's it. That's really what it is they were probably coked out of their minds and paranoid. And was it Triple H, I guess? I think they said that Triple H was like yapping in his ear that he wasn't going to do it, and he was like getting all paranoid about it, and that was it. It was a weird time of mental clarity, I guess.
Well,
is the best way to say it.
They could have dropped it. They could have dropped it at the night before at a house show. They could have dropped it. They had opportunities to, but Vince, excuse is that he sold the match as a title match, and that's he owes it to the fans to give him a title match. So that's why he didn't want to drop it before.
It was a good, in the long, like you said, in the long run, it was a good business decision. So I understand that, but
yeah,
it was not a good person decision,
Well,
I guess.
This again shows you how diluted Vince McMahon's thinking is. He thought he was going to come off like the good guy. Yeah, because everyone wants to see their 50-year-old boss knock out their world champion.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to see that. He came off like the ultimate heel, especially Bret had that, because he had the little red Canadian poppy with the mic on it. So he caught everything for that Wrestling with the Shadows documentary.
Yep.
So we got, I mean, that's one of those ones where because of that, Vince didn't control the narrative. If that documentary doesn't come out, and who would have thought Bret Hart, who is Mr. Pro Wrestling, would have broke kayfabe and told Meltzer everything.
Yeah.
Right? Because he did. And Meltzer even said it. He was like, you know, he's not, but he did. So he got Bret. I mean, Vince couldn't control the narrative on this one, and the fans reacted in a way. And I think they got lucky. They turned him into the ultimate heel. You know, they leaned into it. So again, WWE does have a thing with making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yep.
And I think, unfortunately, again, one of my, these are my two favorites. One of them, he was never the same after this. His run in WCW was horrible. Shawn Michaels, went on to have another amazing career. But yeah, definitely most controversial, probably of all time.
Easily.
Yeah,
I
I
will
can
say,
see the business of it, but I can't see the I don't know. I guess it's weird.
yeah, I kind of lean with
Right.
Kathy on this one. I think Brett would have still done the right thing. He's Mr. Pro Wrestling. As much as
Yeah.
he hated Shawn Michaels, I think he would have still dropped the title the next night on Raw, because I think that's what he said.
That
He
was
was
the
willing
plan.
to do it
Yeah.
the next night on Raw. Just didn't want to do it in Montreal. And back in those days, they didn't do like the pay-per-view and Raw in the same city, so it was somewhere else. I don't remember where Raw was the next night, so it wouldn't have been Montreal. I think he would have done it there.
Me too.
But yeah, it's a tough one. I think you brought up a name. So did Jeremy, in a different sense. Alondra Blaze. She might have been the one that ruined it, because
Yeah.
she did that on live TV, and I think that spooked Vince McMahon of that happening again. Even worse, the women's title nobody really cared about anyway back then. Some people on the show still don't care, but I think the world title, if that happens with, that would have been pretty bad, and I think that was Vince's fear.
Yeah, and don't forget, Vince is fighting for his life at this point.
Yeah, that was a bad time.
Because WCW, this is peak NWO.
And he's losing Brett as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing where I feel bad for Brett, because Catherine is right about that. His last 30 days, he did have creative control over some aspects. So, he got screwed on that. And also, Brett was a loyal guy. Vince signed him to the 20-year deal. He begged him to stay and take less money. Bret Hart didn't want to leave. And then Vince, reneges on the contract. And Brett, so and look what happens to Brett afterwards. Owen dies.
Yeah.
Davey dies. He gets head kicked by Jeremy's favorite, Bill Goldberg. And, he's out of a career. So it was all downhill for Brett. I feel bad for him on this
I feel
one.
like it was a curse after that.
I can't believe he went back at all after that. Like that, all that shit he talked.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a decade later, but it was still. I was surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. Brett doesn't hold any bitterness these days, though, does he?
No, not at all.
A little bit.
All right.
Pretty sure there's an entire book about how bitter he is at this point in his life. New York bestseller.
All right, that was our
encyclopedia.
His book is the best wrestling book I've ever read.
It is, no, definitely.
That was our top 5 most controversial Survivor Series moments of all time. Let us know what you think, if you agree, if we missed anything. But I think we covered it pretty good. Challenge you to find a more controversial Survivor Series moment. But we're going to jump into our gimmick of the week, a controversial character of sorts. We will get into that, and I will hand it over to Jeremy, our unofficial gimmick guy now.
Yeah, I like learning this way. It's kind of entertaining. So, back in 1996, you guys remember that somebody like the Zodiac, apparently on the dungeon, not being loyal and whatnot, goes to find out the Zodiac's seen the light. That is right. He is now the babyface booty man. His gimmick of a fun, dancing, hip-shaking, lady-loving dude. Oh, yeah. And to top it off, his finishing move, the high knee.
High knee.
As they refer to it as the high knee. Yeah, that was
his
a
actual
really
name?
long gimmick in the WCW. He went on to win the world champion title, had a great run.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
That's
the
right.
Booty Man
He
was
did it.
never a world champion.
He didn't do anything. That gimmick barely did squat. Yeah, but it was not Vince that actually did this one. Shockingly.
No, Vince got him the most over.
Yeah,
but
Brutus.
he did. You're not far off though. he did get a push as Booty Man. He challenged the Giant for the World Heavyweight title. He was on TV a lot. He was getting big profile matches. He tried to get an NWO.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
because he
this
was
is-
Hogan's
they gave
buddy.
him-
That was the time when Hogan
Exactly.
was
Yeah,
bringing
no,
all his
it's-
friends in
wait,
and like, let's
it's
just hang out.
Nepotism. It's nepotism at its best. And you're right. He got pushed way too hard. This is a guy that slapped his own ass cheeks and wanted the crowd to go, booty, booty. It wasn't
Brought
working.
in
All right,
DDP's wife to be,
Lord.
what was her name?
Kimberly.
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 Hers was it
So let me
Booty
just-
Babe?
or something? Booty Babe,
Yeah,
yeah.
Booty Babe.
Booty
The
Babe.
Booty Babe.
Yeah. Yeah, in his finishing movie,
She was
runs
60s
ass for-
valet style.
Wow. I don't think you can say so much about the Booty Man, but if you got more, Jeremy, please go ahead.
I think we touched on everything and then some and made up our own in the process at that point.
All right, so
With that-
let's. I got to get a vote here on the conversation of booty. Who did we like better, Billy Gunn as Mr. S, or Booty
Oh,
Man?
yeah.
I don't
Exact-
know.
I was
Billy
going to
Gunn.
say
Gotta
a
see.
very similar thing.
Exactly.
The Booty Man
Very,
crawled
very-
so Billy Gunn could run. If
Yes.
Booty Man
So
doesn't
he could
exist,
be an ass
Billy
man.
Gunn doesn't have a career.
He's an ass man.
All right, hang on. Just to do Ed Leslie some well-deserved credit from his nepotism that he got. Let's take a look at all of his gimmicks. Just in WCW. We're not even going to talk WWF, right? He comes in at 94 as Brother Brutai. Just Brother Brutai. Okay. That lasted a little bit. Then he turns heel and he becomes the Butcher. And he actually challenges Hogan for a world title. That doesn't work, so he goes to the Zodiac. Jeremy called him, he said he was in the dungeon. It was the Dungeon of Doom. And he would just say, yes, no, yes. And it was terrible. Garbage. They can that. He comes back as the Booty Man as a face. That doesn't work. So then they change him to the Man with No Name, which is a mysterious cowboy figure that did not work. Then he goes as
Man
the
with no
Disciple.
name. Didn't he go from
Uh,
man with
the
no
man
face
must
to
have a
man with
name.
no, but man with no name, or was that separate times?
My
How
notes
does a
here
man
just
not have a
say,
name?
no. So from August to September, it lasted a month of 96. The Man with No Name, Masked Cowboy, jobbed immediately. Those were my notes.
You got me on a couple of those. I don't remember that one, and I don't remember the Butcher. Those are, but he's had all
The
these.
Well, Joe, to give you, let me be fair to you. The Butcher was only from December 94 to February 95.
Okay.
These gimmicks
What
would,
was longer,
they
that
would
or the Booty
range
Man?
about like 10 to 12 weeks, and then they would just, the
Next,
old
that one didn't
gimmick
work.
in a
Okay,
hat,
let's
just
try
pick
this
one
one.
out.
Nah, Andy will always be the butcher. That's it. I can't. Andy Williams will always be the butcher.
There's your method
Yeah.
actor, Charlie.
Well, Ed Leslie will always be the Booty Man.
This is the second time he's appeared. Here's a pop quiz for everybody, for our own hosts. Do we remember when we mentioned Ed Leslie in our gimmick of the week prior? There's a gimmick we didn't mention here. This goes way back, early episodes.
We didn't do
Uh,
Zodiac.
No, I'm not going to
No.
guess.
Furface. He was also
Ah,
Furface
yeah.
in WWE.
The Legend of Furface. The
Oh,
Legend of
man.
Furface.
Oh my God.
That
So
was-
there's another
It was
one.
just
This
the
poor
three of
man.
us then.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, that might have
But
been.
Furface.
No, I don't feel bad for this guy. This guy had a career because he was friends with Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
One thing
Yep.
didn't mention also with Booty Man's outfit. I was watching a match earlier today of the Booty Man.
Oh, Lord.
I don't like saying that to begin with,
Yeah,
but
I don't say that too loud.
he also had
They can
on
hear
his
you.
tights. He had cutouts on the ass cheeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but there was like
chaps.
He
tights
would slap
underneath.
his bare ass.
Yeah, almost. So we might have to do this as a stipulation. Jeremy and the
Jeremy's dressing up as the Booty Man.
There
Here's
you
the Booty
are.
Man.
it's funny because we were talking about this too, and I don't know, we're going typical fashion here on Jeremy's
off, yeah.
stories, but
Oh,
Jeremy and I were
no.
discussing this yesterday. How there was a point he could have been called the Booty Man.
Yeah.
A very long time ago, we would, when malls were still a thing and we were younger gentlemen, everywhere we'd go, Jeremy'd point
There's
at a
nothing
girl,
gentleman about them.
would point at a girl in any store, and needless to say, they had an evening with Jeremy, the booty man.
The booty man.
Booty
The
man.
real life booty man.
Yep. The booty
You
man.
guys didn't
Jeremy
believe me
wants
at
his
first. That was the
royalties.
funnier part.
It's true.
Well,
Then you
because
found out
anytime me and
firsthand
Catherine
because
would
I had
ever
no
ask
shame
you to
and I
get
just
people
asked
over.
them straight up right there. And they're like, yep. Would you do it again?
Valid point
Yep.
to Charlie. We did mention that as well. It was Jeremy's pool. It was, hey, Jeremy, get girls over. And
Yep.
Yeah.
the booty man was in
never.
action.
He said the sidekick would flip,
Then we
and that
leave.
was it. You hear that? That was it.
Sidekick.
Go with that.
Oh my God, the sidekick. I forgot. Oh, I missed that phone.
Your
That was
little
the
side
best
pocket.
phone.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
The
I still
side
rock
being
my phone on
emails.
the side, as you can see.
Yep.
The sidekick was like the booty man's bat signal.
Yep.
It was the batarang of wrangling women.
What?
Yeah,
Like
you
people
got
would
Jay
just
Hop-
show up. Like I would get there
Yeah.
relatively early, and
You
there
would
be
come with
just, like,
tacos half the time, Kathy.
Yeah, I'd come with tacos and like Rockstar energy drinks because I don't drink, and I would be up for 2 days, and I'd get there. The sun was still out. It was the three of us in the backyard, and next thing I know, there's like 15 people in the backyard. I'm like, I just went in to pee. Like, what the fuck is going on?
We had the cops were called from numerous times. Jeremy put the fat trick filler put heavy chicks in arm bars numerous times.
In his pool, in the
I will
pool.
say that. And
In the pool. In the pool.
on more than one occasion. Do I have to? Yeah, you do. Put her in an arm bar.
Do I have to? The famous
She was
quote.
an angry person. Vile.
That's quite the freeze.
That was good.
Do I have to?
all
That's
right.
your next chest tattoo. Do I have to?
Yeah. Do I have to?
No.
Famous last
The
words for
best
Jeremy.
party, I think, at my house was the 4th of July party, though. That one was fun.
Was
Yeah.
that when you were a pool boy?
Yes.
Yep, neighbor
Or
boy.
neighbor boy? Neighbor boy?
Yep. Yeah. 2 girlfriends went walking away because they were just not happy that we were actually just having fun everywhere and they weren't getting all the attention. But
Oh,
I had a blast. And
I
then
got
I
that.
had
Of course you did.
No, hold on. I've said, Charlie, you've heard this before. I think Kathy has. Joe witnessed it firsthand. My girlfriend at the
What?
time had her friend there. Blue eyes. One blew this way, one blew that way. But mind you, that's not the point.
That was a good one. That was,
She made
that was
a
fucking quick and
scene.
witty.
She made a
That was
scene
good.
in the front yard after flashing Joe because his girlfriend got him to do that.
Got her to do that. Yeah.
Got her
Got
to
her
do
to
that,
do
yeah.
that. Sorry. And she's just like, no, you can't go, blah, 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 blah. And all I do is wince, point in the backyard, like, get in the back, and I'll deal with you afterwards.
This is true story.
True story.
I believe
And
it.
mind you,
Well,
I'm not 100% sure this happened afterwards. Apparently, she may or may not have peed in one of the dresser drawers.
yeah, that's what you said. And then
Yeah.
like 10 years later, you said it didn't happen. So I don't know.
I just
That
remember
tracks.
that being said. I don't know, can't confirm, don't have those dressers, don't
How do
care
you not
anymore,
know if
but
somebody
yeah,
pissed
that
in
was
your
mentioned.
drawers?
Peed in your
I
clothes.
don't-
Yeah, why would
do
you
you not
say it if
know?
it didn't
No.
happen?
You would think I would know
Your
and then
clothes
tell you, but
smell
the
like
dressers
piss
were
or
still
they
there,
don't.
so clearly it didn't happen as far as I'm concerned.
Well, so here's the thing. You go, oh, yeah, my girlfriend was mad at me. Well, here's why. Because you invited her to a party at your house and you dipped. And then we're sharing. You're in the pool at the neighbor's house at
I
their
was pool
party.
hopping. We were all pool hopping, playing beer
No,
pong.
no.
Everybody was
No,
having
no,
fun.
no. Just,
Oh, just you.
Just you. Yeah,
You
I
was
don't
pool
remember
hopping.
leaving the
I
backyard.
thought you guys joined
so-
me.
No.
No, you were
Nope.
no.
Oops.
We
It
looked
was-
over and everyone was like,
you had
"Where's
your
Jeremy?"
own girlfriend over. You hopped the fence And you were celebrating like a goddamn G in that pool with other girls.
I am a terrible human being, apparently. Thank you guys for reminding me. Well, I was.
You were still probably 20
I was
years
gonna
old.
say,
I don't
this
even
is
remember.
probably
I was
Maybe.
21, 22 at least. When I was at least 21.
We'll redact that.
You were
name.
old
yeah.
enough.
We're dating that girl.
The guy had to meet with the head of security to get invited to
Oh,
prom.
God,
He's so
we're going
old.
down that one. Oh, I hate you.
Redacted.
Redacted,
We just talked
redacted.
about Jerry Lawler.
All right, so you're 33, okay?
Jeremy was 34 years old and went to prom.
How many proms have you been to?
7 or 8.
That's a lot.
That's impressive.
I went to like 1.5. I
went to
left.
1.
I went to 1.
I didn't go to my own. I went to West Long Branch's prom instead of my own.
That's even awesomer. More awesome. I went to
I went to my
proms.
old high school,
not
and then
one
I
of them
went
was
to
my
my
own.
new high school for like 6 minutes. And I'm like, guys, I'm leaving. This is stupid. Joe's got a lot of editing to do in this one.
Yeah. I'm gonna delete names. Don't worry. And
Lots
folks,
of bleeps.
I was joking when I said Jeremy was 34 and went to a prom. That is not true. That was a joke.
He was
so don't come
32.
after.
I was gonna say, you're not quite far off, but you are.
Shut it, Kathy.
It's not like 100% an exaggeration, but it's like a 60%.
It's an exaggeration, thank you.
Jeremy went to 8 different proms that weren't his, and he
Yes.
was
He was
on my
not in
golf
high school
team,
for any of them.
and he did not go to my high school. Jeremy, remember you was coming to golf practice?
Yep. And
Oh,
none of
brother.
the guys would say anything to me.
Nobody said anything.
This is weird.
I
All
was
right,
kind
I'm
of a
gonna wrap
maverick,
weird.
what can I say?
I love Joe's like transitions out. The little comments under his breath when he's trying to change the subjects are the best part of this entire experience.
We've lost.
I mean, well, we're talking about Jeremy going to 8 different proms and being on a high school sports team at a high school he didn't belong to. We kind of lost. Lost the Survivor Series theme.
I forget.
Yeah,
we're
we're
not
on to
even
a
a wrestling
Dateline
show
episode
anymore.
at this point. We're going into Dateline now.
Charlie, my life was a Survivor Series.
Yeah, folks, this might be the last time you see Jeremy on this show.
Chris Hansen's gonna pay him a visit.
Unlike Jerry
What'd you
Lawler, he
see?
does not have the legal team
Yeah.
to back him up on this one. So
Yeah, the financial means. Yeah, definitely don't.
All right, enough of the Jeremy bashing. That was this week's
The memoirs
episode.
of Jeremy continue, my friend. They
I was gonna
continue.
say it's its own segment at this point. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
start
Well,
It's
We've
not,
had
introducing
it
the
it's
in
not
segment.
bad.
It just jumps in randomly. That's
He
the
loves
problem.
it. He loves it.
He loves it. Oh yeah.
No.
That was this
Mr.
week's
Joe.
episode. I don't even know where we go from there, but please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy
Please
whatever we're
continue
talking
watching.
about.
Don't hate
Yeah.
me.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Email us if you want to know more about Jeremy. Email us at squaredcirclequestions@gmail.com, and he'll be more than happy to share. So with that, I will, Charlie, come up with a good one to end us this week. You got some. I know you got something lined up.
Actually, for the first time, I wrote down the original one. It's because I always forget it, but
Yeah, go with
the
what
way
you
this
got.
show is, the way this show is going.
Stick
who
with the
fuck
gut.
knows? Squared, please, if you stayed this long, I implore you to join us next week for another edition of Squared Circle Spotlight, where gimmicks are golden, merch is mandatory, and who knows what the fuck we're going to be talking about.
Nobody knows. We don't even know.
Nope.
See you next week.
Tune in next to see what happens about my life in the past.
Probably won't see Jeremy anymore. See you guys later.